大家好
and welcome to
White Gaze,
where we whites gaze upon the drama
the looks,
and the language of our newest favorite Chinese TV show, Empresses in the Palace, otherwise known as
Zhen Huan.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, you said Zhen Huan. Nope. And you were so good on a couple episodes ago. You did it in the first try.
I know, because I thought I knew I thought I knew it. Well, then what is it?
No. Zhen Huan.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We've taken a couple weeks off of recording because spoiler alert, the pandemic is back.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I haven't been locked in as long as Trenton, but we are locked in and we're still trying to make it work.
Yes, so we are coming to you live from a Zoom call. We've got our Aperol spritzes poured, and we are ready to escape our reality and jump into the reality of our favorite princess, Zhen Huan, and catch up with her and all the girls.
I actually loved this episode.
You know what? I actually think lots happened in this episode. I remember I was in the middle of watching it, and I took a break to go pee, and I was like, wow, this episode has been so good. And when I pressed pause, it had been 10 minutes.
I know, and even just watching the first episode or two, we were like, oh, shit's rolling, but shit is really rolling now.
It's really rolling. We saw a change of the season again in this episode.
I know, and it's still only episode 6. We have so many episodes to watch, and shit's popping.
Yes. But why don't we just go ahead and recap a little bit of what had happened in the previous episode? Where did we leave in episode 5?
Okay, so top of the last episode, we saw that Zhen Huan's eunuchs had quit. We saw the Spring Festival party. We saw Hua Fei get hosted. And then we saw Zhen Huan and the Emperor almost meet. And then we saw Yun. Is her name Yun? Yu. We saw her fake her way to a high rank. And at the very end of the episode, she is getting carried through, and she sees...
she sees Shen Meizhuang.
Yes, Shen Meizhuang. She sees her, and she's they're chatting, and she's like, oh, well, I'm just going to see Hua Fei and the other girls, so can you please get out of my way?
And that is exactly where we pick up right now, is we are back in it, and we see Shen Meizhuang staring her down, and after a moment, Shen is like, all right, and she steps to the side so that Yu Daying can just pass by.
And she's shitting her pants because she just got all of this new name to the palace, all of these chrysanthemums, and now so there's some new bitch that has just been there for 2 days, and she's already got this high rank.
I mean, to be fair, if I'm looking at the timeline, it has been 2 weeks since the festival, because it's now the Lantern Festival. But yeah, to go from lowly gardener, first day on the job, who has to work at the Spring Festival, to a Daying, it's a very quick turnaround. Rags to riches.
Well, yeah, to even get that servant gardener job, did she have to go through the process that the other girls went through? Going through presenting themselves, the whole thing that happened in the first episode?
You know what? I'm not sure if she has to send her CV or anything, but I don't believe it's the same.
Yeah, because she was just a servant. She wasn't a concubine. She was just a servant.
No, and now she's been getting it for 2 weeks.
One thing that I noticed with the translations is that they were calling her Lady Melodic.
Well, yes, and it's funny you say that because after we see her walk away to go to hang out with Hua Fei, it cuts to the Emperor talking with the Empress. And the Emperor has given her this official nickname of the Melodic Lady.
Mm-hmm. Lady Melodic.
Lady Melodic. Welcome to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage.
And he is very pleased with her. He's discovered her because he mostly thinks that she is somebody else.
Yeah, he thinks he's this smart girl that knows poetry,
Mm.
and she
Mm-hmm.
knows this Beijing opera, or what kind of opera is it? Not
It's
Beijing opera.
Kung Chu.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Which honestly, I'm not living for it.
Well, I think it's interesting because there was so much attention paid to An Lingrong singing before, and now she is, the number one pop diva in the house. And
Well, as I said before, An Lingrong is a vocalist, and I guess she is just a singer. This is I guess a cultural difference, but like the like nasally
mm.
pitch to the way she sings, I'm not here for it.
Well, we would say that maybe that Yu Daying, she's not a vocalist, but she's a performer. Okay, she tells the stories.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the theatrics in her voice. She entertains the crowd, but An Ling Rong has the
Talented,
technique, and
brilliant,
she's
incredible,
gentle, and she
amazing,
just it
show-stopping,
sustains the note.
spectacular, never the same.
So it's like similar to us. Like I am not just like I'm not the best singer, but I'm fucking confident, and I will get up there and I will sing and I will entertain your ass, and you will get into it.
Well, here's the deal. After we see what happens to An Ling Rong in this episode, I do not want to be compared to her.
I
That
died.
is
I
not
died.
me. And we'll get into that, at that time. Because what ends up happening is he is so pleased with her. He's been yearning for this like artsy girl who's cultured, not just like some petty bitch who knows how to suck dick and cock. And at this time, the Empress is like, well, there's still some girls that you haven't been with yet. And he's like, yeah, but that's only because, Zhen Huan has just been sick. And then the Empress is like, no, there's another girl. There's another girl. And he said, who? Who? Who are you talking about?
And so he's like, okay, let's pick her. Let's do her.
Let's just do her, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Get her out of the way.
Yes.
And actually, okay, so then cut to, he's chosen An Ling Rong as the only girl he hasn't fucked yet. And Anne comes back to her palace and she finds all these flowers that are expensive and all of these other gifts. And she's like, what is going on?
Hold on. Y'all got the wrong address.
Right. This is not for me. Who do you think? Should I give this back? I don't want to pay for this. I don't got money. I can't pay for this.
I'm not.
And her attendant is like, no, ma'am, it's your big day. This is your shot. You're going to get plowed tonight.
Oh, she's like, oh, fuck.
Well, she spilled something in her tea because she was not ready for that. She was not ready for that news.
Yeah, she's scared. She is scared.
Well, and I want to also shout out Carson Way for making me cackle because as I was watching this episode, the translation says, An Ling Rong is like, wow, I really thought that he had forgotten me. I didn't realize that he remembered me. And then in brackets, no, he didn't.
He did it.
He didn't. It's very clear. This was procedural. He did not remember you, girl. And so, she ends up going through the whole process where she gets naked and her Momo is scrubbing her down and telling her all about sex. And suddenly, is that a breeze? Is that a winter draft? She's shivering. She's cold. Or maybe she's afraid.
I'm thinking these are nervous shakes that she's having.
She is literally shook, okay? Shaking in her boots. And she's like, I'm afraid. And the Momo is like, no, girl, it's okay. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. And then I thought this was maybe the most sexual thing we've seen so far. You see her naked foot step out of the bath.
Of the bath.
And then you see her naked legs, and the camera pans up right as they put her in the blanket burrito.
and pick her up and
And
her
pick
out.
her up and take her out. You know what? I want a drag queen to enter the stage like that.
Okay.
We need to talk to like Enema or Beaverhausen. The next time they perform at Medusa, we need men to carry them in a blanket burrito, present them on the stage, and then just unleash.
I already have the eunuch costume.
Literally, yes, we can do it.
But I do not want to give it to them. I was thinking that you and me could at a white gaze party.
Okay, we
be
can both be
carried
carried
in like
in.
that to house.
You know what? We'll write it down. We'll talk to our producers. We'll see if it's in the budget, and we'll figure it out. And so she's presented on the bed. Now she arrives to the bed a little early, so she's got some time to just like sort of lay there and
Sit there and shake.
And the emperor comes in.
The little burritos just.
When you talk about a physical commitment to the character, she is shaking in every part of her body through a thick blanket, and we see every bit. So, props to this actress.
Talented, brilliant.
And the emperor, does come finally and sits at the edge of the bed and is like, "Are you okay?"
She's just speechless. She doesn't know what to say. She is fucking scared. You know what? I was not even that scared whenever I got dick for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I was really confused about why she was so scared. And this is where I was really sad for her. I was a little disappointed because, like, I thought this is what she wanted, honestly. And now she's in the moment and she can't deliver.
Yeah, because that's gonna help. That's gonna help you out. It's gonna get you more money. It's gonna get you nicer things. It's gonna get you more power, I guess. It's gonna not fuck over your family.
Like, is she worried it's gonna hurt? I mean, it's not gonna hurt more than the scarlet red.
Yeah, honestly, you have to do what you have to do, or they're gonna hack your fucking legs off, bitch.
Exactly. So I was really annoyed a little bit by her. I mean, I guess I can sympathize a little, but
I can't. The first time that I took dick, like, he didn't even have any lube. We just used spit.
Don't do it.
well, I mean, to be fair, I feel like a lot of us just do the first time to get it out the way. At least that was it for me. I did the first time I did it. It was not because I was in love. It was not because I thought it was a sensible thing to do. I just wanted to rip the Band-Aid off so I could just be like, okay, it's over. Now I can move on to actually learning about this and getting a little better and trying to focus on developing the life rather than just hiding away from it. It's just so scary to me.
I think I was just already fully developed because it just happened, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, the Juhua bloom.
It did. It sure did. The second time I went back to see him, though, I was like, we're gonna, like, maybe, like, try some lube this time.
Good advice.
Or, like, a shot of whiskey or something.
All of you Juhuas out there, if you're a Ling and you're listening, lube is your friend. Anyways, the Emperor, actually is a good man because he says to her, like, I don't force people. I'm not a rapist.
I loved that. I cheered. I was like, you know what? Yeah.
I can see that you're physically, emotionally not ready for this, and so I'm just gonna send you back. And so he calls the waiters to take the dish back, and he says, bring me Yu Daying. Let's get her. And so they take up that blanket burrito, take her back out into the carriage. But did you notice she must have gotten changed because when she was in the carriage, she was fully dressed.
Yeah, we may have missed something there, like that they didn't show us.
So maybe you get put in the blanket burrito once you're already there.
Yeah, that's just like to, I don't know, cover your naked body. But like, was she naked in there? Like on the bed?
Well, she's naked in the blanket burrito. Yeah, she's.
Is
naked.
she? I feel like that's still like so scandalous. Like, for her to just be naked at all. I feel like they're still having sex like with clothes on.
No, they're completely nude.
I don't
Nothing.
I don't
is
know
covered.
about that. I think they're having sex with clothes on because he comes in with clothes on.
Yeah, because he's the man.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to see his titties.
We may, or I don't know. I don't think they are allowed to show that.
That's what I'm saying. Well, like man titties, yeah, we can see. I'm sure.
I don't know. I haven't seen any man titties on Chinese TV.
Well, I think that just even in the culture, like even in the palace, there's no nudity even while you're having sex.
Well, no, there definitely is. There has to. Because you know what? The other girl was naked too. Shen Meizhuang was naked for sure.
Prove it.
Okay, well,
Show me the show me the nudes.
I'm gonna like find some production assistant from the show, and they will have taken the photos to send to us. Either way, An Lingrong is humiliated, and her servants are fucking pissed.
Poor girl.
They're so mad, carrying her back. They said, "Never in my life have I ever taken an untouched concubine back. This is insane."
An untouched concubine. Well, yeah, because they're scared for themselves because this like reflects back onto them.
It does.
They're like, we're gonna have to get a new house.
So on the way back, An Lingrong runs into Yu Daying, who is singing her little kunchu on her way to be with the emperor. And An Lingrong is just crying because she is so humiliated and she's so sad.
I just like in my brain, I have her singing the opera, and it's just It's like almost as bad as when the IEs come around with the megaphone telling us we have to go get tested. It is that high pitched voice.
做核酸. That is Yu Daying at the palace. And you know who else can hear it?
The Empress Dowager.
Yes.
She hears it and she's like, what a rude fucking bitch coming in here in the middle of the night, singing at the top of her lungs. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
She's just there trying to pray to the Buddha, like trying to pray for like peace and many grandchildren. And she hears, 做核酸,做核酸.
Later, I'll get a sound clip to put in.
And so she, in my mind, the Dowager is basically making a mental note of like, okay, she's on notice. The next time she fucks up, I'm gonna get her because this is not how you act.
She's already like isn't a fan of her, and then she comes in like this, and she's like, this is so fucking rude. She's like, you can't do that. Nobody can do that. Yes. I don't know who she thinks she is. Mm-hmm. I don't know how she climbed up these ranks so quick. And then has come in here and interrupted my prayers.
And like a typical mom, she's like, ugh, I wish that Shen Meizhuang was back because she was nice and gentle. That's what he needs. He does not need this loud bitch coming up in here singing this kun chu all the time.
The next day, Yu is gossiping in Huafei's palace with Li Ping and Cao Guiren. Yeah, sorry. So they're trying to get her into the gang, Yu into the gang. With all the head,
they're like, she's a mean girl, just like
all the top girls, yeah.
So she can hang with us, yeah. And they're talking about like, well, what can you sing? And she's like, oh, like I sing this type of music. And then like she's like, they're like, well, why don't you sing for us? And she gets up and she's about to sing, and then Huafei makes this joke. She says, oh, do you know the song of the untouched returned gemstone?
Oh my god, what a shady bitch.
She is shady, and she is trying to throw shade at the fact that everybody knows that An Lingrong was sent back without being touched.
Okay, do you think that they know that it was An Lingrong that made the decision, or like that she was too scared, or are they thinking like, oh, she's just...
I don't know. I mean, I'm not there. I'm sure the rumor mill has definitely taken it to some further dimension, but all everyone knows for sure is that for the very first time, the concubine was sent back.
Oh my god, did you hear that An Lingrong's pussy was too stinky and she couldn't get fucked last night?
Oh my god, no. I heard that An Lingrong has vagina dentata.
She has what?
Vagina dentata, where you have teeth in your vagina.
I don't know about all that. I never heard of that.
Literally, you haven't?
No teeth?
Teeth. Only the most cursed pussies have teeth.
Oh my god. Maybe that's why she's scared.
She didn't want to bite the emperor's dick off and end the, what's it called? End the line.
Oh my god, did they like bite the teeth?
They bite. They bite it right off.
Oh my god, those are the. Do you have like just like self-working Kegels?
I mean, I think it takes experience to be able to control it, but I heard that, yeah, definitely. You just squeeze it up and chomps it right off. So anyways, they're making jokes all about her, and Huafei seems very pleased that Yu Daying is going along with this. So she's rolling her face, which, to be fair, girls still roll their faces with this shit.
Jade roller, yeah.
I thought that was a recent invention, but who knew it is an ancient tradition?
Yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow did not come up with that.
Okay, canceled. Appropriation, goop, okay, get out of here. And so, as a sign of like friendship, she gives it to Yu so that she's one of the girls now. She's a mean girl.
Yeah, she's like, here, you can have mine. My skin's already beautiful.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the palace, our main girls are meeting up to sort of regroup because they've also heard the news and they're there to try to cheer up An Lingrong. But even as they approach the palace, they hear An Lingrong's servants and maids gossiping about Anne and saying, "Wow, I've never worked for such a broken pussy in my life."
I would say leave it to Vermilion to step up and say some shit.
Well, she wasn't there.
I know, but like that's what I'm saying is like we needed her to be there because she would have been that bitch. She would have came in and she'd been like, I don't know who you think you're talking about.
But Shen Meizhuang does step up and be like, listen, y'all, you do not talk about your master that way. If you talk about your master that way again, I'm gonna have you dismissed from the palace forever. So watch yourself.
Try it.
And when they go inside, An Lingrong is like a Stepford wife almost. Like she has no emotion. She's just sort of smiling, but she's dead on the inside. And her friends are like, don't worry, we're going to have a long life here at the palace. It's going to be okay. And then she's basically just like...
I feel like I let a lot of people down. My family. I kind of sent myself home. I kind of sent myself home. If anything, I feel bad because I let the haters win. I feel like the haters who have been waiting for me to fail, and now I failed. So yeah, the journey is over. We'll see what happens from here, what doors open, if any. And I'm still, to this day, I'm still in my head, still fighting and trying to believe in myself. So
yeah, I feel for her because it's like I've only been here for so long and I've already fucked it up.
It was my one shot and I fucked it up. Who knows if I'll ever get the shot again. This is just my life now. Yeah,
and it's like you are there for the rest of your life, but it's like you've already fucked it up, and so it's probably just going to continue on this path now.
So, let's pour one out for Miss An Lingrong.
Oh, poor girl.
I hope we see her in future episodes.
She's had bad luck just this whole time.
She has. So, anyways, here's to you, An Lingrong.
Yes, An Lingrong.
Why don't we take a break?
Okay. All right, we are back.
Just in time, I was just sewing some new clothes.
Just putting on my little embroideries. Times are rough around here. I'm poor as fuck.
Yeah, we're locked inside. I can't go to work.
The whole community is poor.
We are all poor. We have no food. So I'm just here trying to make some clothes out of this green screen that I ordered on Taobao and I haven't used yet.
I got scraps. I've got red bandanas, yellow bandanas.
Green
Cream bandanas. What color did you say?
Green bandanas.
I don't know what green is, but I got cream.
Okay, Iggy Azalea.
Light brown is for rimming.
Oh, okay. Okay, green is for when you want to get paid.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, we concubines are making our own clothes, just like Zhen Huan is making her own clothes because the residential department has not given them any money for their spring clothes. And after her recent, mess up, and Lingrong also has no money for clothes. So even though Zhen Huan is hurting, she instructs her servants to give An Lingrong some money, which I think is very nice.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know if Zhen Huan really knows about it, but like the Emperor is still asking for her. So in the future, she'll probably get something. But it seems like An Lingrong has fucked herself.
Well, by not getting fucked, she has fucked herself.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're out here sewing.
I think it's really good that these sisters are loaning each other money in their times of hardship.
Yeah, you must. You have to.
You have to, so you're on notice.
Yeah, I know. I'm prepared.
So they're sewing basically all day, and then at an ungodly hour, Chun Changzai comes in, our roly-poly girl, and she is crying.
Yeah, I love that song too. It makes me cry.
And she is not happy because she has just seen her life flash before her eyes. Weston, what happened? Tell us about it.
So the girls are out for a walk, and they're passing by, and their lantern catches on fire. It spooks the horse of the carriage that is walking past. The carriage shakes a little bit, and then out pops Yu Dying, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on out here? Who did this? It was you, bitch. I know it was you. I don't like you. You don't like me. I know it was you."
And Shin Changzai is like, "You are making too big a deal of this, and you're lower than me, so you need to lower your voice."
And she's like, "No, that's not how things work around here. You are going to get punished." I don't know why.
You are going directly to the Department of Punishments right now.
The Department of Punishment.
and our little roly-poly girl is terrified, so then she just goes immediately to Zhen Huan's palace to tell her all of this information. And Zhen Huan is gooped because she's like, the Department of Punishments is only for servants. It's not for concubines at all.
Yeah, and she's like, "I don't know how Yu Daying thinks that she can send her there. That is not in her rankings."
And we saw what happened before to the girl who tried to do punishment. She became paralyzed and got banished to the Frozen Palace for being inconvenient.
I would like to think she died, but
well, I mean, it's just like, when your dog growing up goes out to the farm.
That's right. That's right. Xia went to the farm.
Xia has gone to live a more comfortable life at the farm.
And Yu is on her way there because we already know that the Empress Dowager is not happy with her for strolling in the middle of the night, singing at the top of her lungs. And now she's punishing girls out of pocket.
So Jen is very smart, and she's like, "You know what, ladies? We're not going to tell anybody about this. I'm going to go talk to Zhen Huan. I'm going to go talk to Shen Mei Zhuang and see what she thinks. But, ladies, I think this could be good." And
yeah,
they're gooped. I think it was Jade or it was Vermilion, I forget. And they're like, "What do you mean? Good?"
Yeah, she's like, "This is good because she has, for some reason, climbed her way up this ladder from being the bitch that puts our flowers together for our tables and has been fucking around, has been cunts to everybody. And now she's going to end up like Xia."
Right.
She doesn't watch her filthy mouth.
She is digging her grave. What does Tammy Brown say?
That's your responsibility. Use your mouth.
And so the next day, turns out everything that Zhen Huan had said came true. Because it turns out the Dowager not only freed Xin Changzai, but she removed Yu Daiying's title of Melodic Lady. She no longer is the Melodic Lady. And she is grounded to her palace for 2 weeks. Turns out it's because we can trace it back. The Dowager did this because the Empress told her, because Shen Meizhuang told the Empress, because Zhen Huan told Shen Meizhuang. So you realize what this means.
This means that this all ties back to Zhen Huan, and the bitch has power.
She's got the power of the brain.
She's been locked away for so many months, but they're still on her mind.
Yes.
Even the Dowager's like, we need somebody like her.
Well, exactly. And this, to me, it just shows that she is so powerful by doing the least. Because not only was she able to free Xin Changzai and punish Yu Daiying, but nobody even knows it's her. It's untraceable.
Yeah, because she's just been locked inside her house.
Yeah, nobody, we traced it because we're the viewers, but we're saying in the moment, in the palace, untraceable.
I would like to think that I'm stirring up drama in my bedroom right now, too.
With who? What are you saying?
That's for another pod.
And basically all of our theories are confirmed in the next scene because we see the Empress who's practicing her calligraphy. Finally, she's able to get the strokes right without having to listen to Kun Chu all day. And she basically says, yes, it was me who punished, but if I had told the Emperor, then the Emperor would have emboldened her even further, just to spite me. So I told his mom, and he can't argue with her. So now we're balancing our power this way.
Yeah, you gotta have a balance of the power. And yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing. She's like, let me just skip over him. He's busy. He doesn't need to worry about this.
He's busy.
She could talk to his mom.
Literally, I mean, if you tell on somebody's mom, they're gonna step in.
Uh-huh. And so yeah, we got the bitch got what was coming for her.
Yes. So I'm very happy at this news.
Yeah, because I'm not a fan, and I don't want to hear her singing no more.
No, I'm not here for it.
Mm-mm.
Bye.
All right. Should we take a break?
Yes, let's take a break. Oh my God, girl. Where did you get that confident and sexy glow? I've never seen you like this before.
I just left my class at Zero Gravity Pole Dance.
Zero Gravity Pole Dance? Girl, that's just you on a Saturday night.
Now, I know you've seen me at the club, and I'm just showing off what I have learned at Zero Gravity. They offer an inclusive environment, and they also offer a variety of classes for different levels. I started off at the virgin level, and I've worked my way up. And that's what I've been showing off at the club.
I'm gonna get me a man's this way.
I know, but now that we have been locked in the house for a long time, it has become a little bit difficult. But luckily, Zero Gravity offers in-person and online classes.
Amazing! So you're saying that I can become the pole dancing vixen goddess of my dreams right from the comfort of my own home?
Absolutely, especially with Zero Gravity Pole Dance.
Amazing. And guess what? If you use discount code WHITEGAZE, you can get up to 0% off your first booking.
So that's code WHITEGAZE for 0% off your first booking at Zero Gravity Pole Dance.
I'll see you on the pole.
All right. We are back, and we see Jen and the girls. She's recovered. She stopped taking her medicine.
Finally, and I'm just screaming to the heavens, like, she is done playing sick. She's gonna go back out into the world. I think, honestly, maybe seeing the treatment of Lingrong has changed her. She's like, oh, fuck. If I continue to pretend to be sick for the rest of my life, I am going to be as ashamed and humiliated as her. So, I'm feeling better now. Wow.
But does she know that she is so loved and that she is so powerful?
No.
She didn't know shit. She didn't talk to anybody. Well, we find out later that she didn't even know who the fucking emperor is.
Which, I have theories.
Okay, well, whenever we talk about that, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But there has been a swing erected in the Apricot Garden. Erected, keyword.
God and bless the gays.
By Xiao Yunzi. I would love to see him erected.
I mean, that is like literally what happened. They erected that swing into the garden, but but they're like, yeah, the Apricot Garden. Let's go out there. Let's get some sun. Let's play on the
good
swing.
for your
Go be
health.
girls.
It's good for your health. You can get some fresh air. So she brings her little flute with her. And let me tell you, this is a lip sync for your life. There is no way she is playing that flute because the notes change and she's not moving her fingers. And then she moves her finger and nothing changes. And then you see her take a breath like, and it's still playing.
I wrote down, I said, no tea, but why was the flute still going when she took a breath?
You know what? You cannot. The gays are going to clock a lip sync when we see one. And it
She
was
goes,
clear.
and it's going, and I'm like, you are not playing all those eighth notes while you're breathing in, bitch.
There's
It doesn't work
no
that way.
No. I mean, we've all taken music class. We know how a flute works. So the producers are going to work a little harder.
I've never played a flute like that, but they like, is putting it right here the like correct place to put it, like on your soul patch?
You know what? Not soul patch.
I don't know what that. I don't know anatomy. I don't know what the
That
fucking
part of your chin, I
bottom of your
guess.
lip. Where you grow a soul patch, is that where you put it to blow into it?
You know what? I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't know this instrument. So it could be the correct placement, but to me it looks like the ancestor of the recorder. So I'm just not sure about that.
I feel like the air's gotta go into the hole though to make the sound.
Well, it could be like, because you know, like on like a traditional like Western flute, you're not blowing into the hole. You're like the air is like gracing the top.
See, I don't even know nothing about that flute.
Yeah. So when you play like a Western like band flute, I guess, or a jazz flute, you're not blowing in the hole. You're blowing air over the hole, and some of the air goes in.
Yeah, and I also know that like depending on which way you blow the air, you can blow it down, you can blow it up, you can blow it straight. I played trombone.
The
so
rusty
just like
trombone.
that different place.
Also, when we watched this scene, Monty was like, "Oh, do you know what blowing the flute means? Sucking dick and cock."
I've actually never heard that, blowing the flute.
Me neither. So who knows? Maybe that's a Chinese thing. Listeners, if you're out there,
maybe.
You can confirm whether or not that means to give a blowjob is, playing the flute. Because if so, it definitely catches the attention of the emperor who happens to be walking by. And he hears the music and he's like, So he gives the little hand gesture to his Su Peixiang not to follow him. And so he goes into the garden and he watches her blow that flute. He watches it.
You like just dropped some Chinese on me though. He gave the hands to his what?
Su Peixiang, the eunuch. That's his name.
Oh, that's his name.
You stupid fucking dinosaur!
Okay. I was like, I've never heard that one before, but it's an name.
So he comes in to listen to the flute, and, she stops playing because she's shocked, and the track takes a second to catch up, but she does stop.
Mm-hmm.
And she alleges that she does not recognize him.
She's never seen him, though. Whenever she first got there, but how many months ago was that?
I mean, it's been a while. But, okay, remember, even just going by clothes, like the clothes rules, we've learned that only the emperor wears gold.
That he wears the gold
ones. And he's
yes.
strutting in gold. Like, what are you confused about?
Okay, I'm also not buying it now.
So that's why, like, when I went into the scene, I was like, why? Maybe she's playing dumb on purpose because she doesn't want to, like, get caught because she's been sick this whole time.
Uh-huh.
So she's
Like,
just gonna play
I
dumb.
haven't been out of my house. I don't know anything.
And so she sort of plays coy about, like, well, I don't know who you are, he. And he, like, goes with it. And he decides to pretend that he is the 17th prince. But she's like, that can't be right. And he's like, why not? And she says, well, you don't look like you're his age.
Okay, no, I thought she was saying that about the emperor. She was like saying, "Oh, you don't look old enough to be the emperor." I thought that's what she was getting at.
Oh, could have been. Maybe I messed that up. Could have been. But she's basically saying whatever's being presented to her is not what she expected. The age is not matching the person.
Yeah, either if it is emperor or 17th prince, like the age doesn't match either one of them.
Because right now the emperor is 44 and the 17th prince is 26.
That's hot.
It is hot, and it's really sad because you know what? That means I'm too old to be the 26th prince.
I'm not even old enough.
No, shut
to
the
be
fuck
the 17th
up.
prince.
Nuh-uh. You're only 25 this year?
Yeah, I turned 26 in July, yeah.
Oh, fuck you. Ugh. Now I'm depressed.
Yeah, but like I want a nice 44-year-old emperor to fuck me.
Well, I mean, you've got a few on deck.
Coming soon, white gays fan fiction.
Oh yes, write the fan fiction about us where the emperor travels through time to fuck Weston.
Oh no! I'm gonna write about the brothers fucking. So hot.
Listeners, if you have a link, we expect you to submit it for our review. And you know the emperor and Zhen Huan, they just keep going back and forth, like coyly playing, and her music is, I guess the song that she's playing is about the apricot flowers, and she's in the apricot garden. So the emperor is impressed with how smart she is.
Yeah, and I don't know how it's not clicking in his head that she is the girl that he saw at the night of the party.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I'm like really good about voices mostly. I'm not good about faces or names, but like if I hear someone's voice, I can like try to place them. So I don't know why in the beginning he ever thought that Yu Daying was Zhen Huan, just because their voices aren't the same at all.
I thought it was like a point to like not have a bunch of smart bitches running around.
Well, that was the Empress Dowager. She was the one that's like, we don't want any smart bitches. But the emperor continually compliments Shen Mei Zhuang for how much that she knows. He loves how cultured Yu Daying appears to be, and he's now quite impressed with how she plays the flute and knows this song. Even to the point where he compares her flute playing to the late dead empress.
纯元皇后去世后，再没有这样好的笑声。
So sad.
It's very sad. Granted, in the moment, Zhen Huan really aces this moment because she says, yeah, I would never compare myself to her, not knowing allegedly that this is the dead ex-wife of
this man
that she's literally speaking to. And so at that moment, she's like, this is too intense. I got to go home. And so as soon as she gets home, she's like, Jade Vermilion, I need you to check. Did the 17th prince even come to the palace today? Because something's not right about this man. I don't think that was him. I don't know why, but I just, something's not right.
Yeah, she seems stressed. She's in there counting. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up.
The math is not mathing on this one. Turns out the 17th prince had come to the palace because we see the emperor meeting with him so that they could go and look at a painting.
Oh, yes.
And the 17th prince has some news for the emperor because while he was out talking about blowing the flute, he had a visitor.
He saw Yu Daying crying,
begging for an audience with the emperor because she's been grounded for 2 weeks, hasn't gotten fucked. And so she's back. She's begging to be with him. And the emperor's like, oh, well, nah. She's not as good as the first time. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so she has been released. I guess that's why he saw her crying.
Yeah. I mean, time just keeps going by really quickly.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks since before the break, so.
What's the tea on this, like, painting that they're going to see?
It's just like a beautiful piece of art, and the prince really wants to go and see it, and the emperor's like, well, it's not going anywhere, it's just a piece of art. And
we literally own it.
and the prince is like, well, you know what? A piece of fine art is like a fine woman. You've just got to grab it. And he was like, well, then why aren't you married yet? So this is a big bombshell for me. The 17th prince is single, ladies, okay? Line your pussies up and wax it or brush it out. Do whatever you need to do because he's available.
Now, I don't wax mine, but I do know that it is presentable at any given moment.
You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready.
Yeah, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Uh-huh. Are you ready right now?
Right now.
I am not ashamed to say that I'm not ready right now. Give me.
I mean, if you don't mind a little. If you don't mind a little.
if you don't mind.
I mean, if you want to look at it. If you want to look at it, it's ready.
Yes, it is. It is not an interactive gallery today. Okay. This is not an interactive installment. It is just for viewing. Keep 2 meters, please. So they basically report back to Zhen Huan to say, yeah, he really was here. And then Zhen Huan is like, yeah, but it's still not adding up. Is he 40 years old? And they're like, absolutely not. He's really hot and 26. And then she's like, well, but are any of the princes 40 years old? And they're like, well, this other guy, 5th prince, but besides, like, the emperor is always followed by a huge entourage. And so then Jen was like, oh, right. And there was in this guy that I met in the
can't be him.
So she's on to it.
Because he was alone. He was alone, yeah.
He's alone. So she was on to it, but she's not quite there.
What did the English translation keep she keep calling him? Like, you're not, it wasn't your highness. It was like,
your lordship.
Your lordship. Your lordship.
Yes, your lordship. Because she thinks that he's a prince and not the emperor. The emperor. Cut to Yu Daying is back with Huafei and begging Huafei to help her because the emperor's not texting her back. She doesn't know what to do. And she is just desperate. And basically Huafei has turned. She's like, this is so good. Your time here is over. He's gonna forget about you probably.
I love this because she's like, you know what? You're really good at singing, aren't you?
Yeah, why?
You should go try that.
妹妹擅长做什么，就放手去做。
Does Huafei know that the Empress Dowager hates this? She must.
I think she must. I think she's playing a long game here. I think she knows that, number one, it is what she's good at and why the Emperor likes her. But she also knows that that's exactly the reason why she annoys everybody else.
Yeah, she must know this. And I think, yeah. Because she's like, oh, you're really good at singing. You should go try that.
I love the way that she just looks at her so cunty and is like, take what you do best and go do that.
She's such a bitch.
And so when she leaves, she's feeling very confident. But then her eunuch is like, why are you helping her if she's your rival? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And Huafei replied, well, I'd rather do her a favor now in case the emperor does end up liking her again, and use her to balance against Shen Guiran. And battle lines are being drawn. I mean, this is
Well, yeah,
the
'cause
game of pussies in the palace.
the game of pussies in the palace. Yeah, well, yeah, she knows.
Mm-hmm.
She is doing exactly what she needs to do because she sees all of these pretty girls coming up and
Yes.
powerful girls, and she's
And
like,
she also, I guess, has heard that the emperor has asked her to learn more about the home management of the palace, which is what she is supposed to be doing.
yeah, that's like, bitch, that's my job.
Exactly. So she's like, I need as many people to help me right now in my silent war against Shen Guiren, because who knows if she is still on the way up or not.
Yeah.
And so then we cut back to the garden once more, and the girls are pushing each other on the swings, as girls do. And we see, again, the emperor coming up behind them, but
He's sneaking in.
he's sneaking in. And finally,
He's like,
Vermilion
"Shh, shh,
sees,
shh,
and
shh,
Vermilion's like,
And he's like,
He
no,
covers his mouth.
don't say a word, don't say a word. I'm just gonna start pushing her.
yes. And let me tell you, this is probably the most sexual thing we've seen on the show. Because you see him behind her pushing, and she says, ooh, harder.
Harder.
And he pushes, ooh, higher. Pushing, ooh, higher. And then finally she does turn around, and she is gooped and gagged to see that it is the emperor behind her. And he's like, don't worry, you're not afraid, are you? And she's like, no. Until finally she does get afraid, and she almost falls off, and he grabs her. He bear hugs her around.
And there's a moment before that to where they're like showing her like swinging in slow motion, and this is like, I feel like this is like a like foreshadowing to like how she orgasms. Because it's like the look on her face is giving me O face.
That's what I mean. It's very it's very suggestive, like, because he's literally behind her pushing, and she keeps going like, oh, ooh, oh no, and like being scared.
She's like, you can go higher.
He asks about the flute and being like, well, where's the flute? You don't want to blow the flute right now? And she's like, I forgot it. Sorry. And she speaks some poetry.
说来听听。
杏花虽美，可结出的果子极酸，杏仁更是苦涩。若做人做事皆是开头美好而结局潦倒，又有何意义？倒不如像松柏，终年青翠，无花无果也就罢了。
When Monty listened to this, he was like,
oh, damn.
Every word she says is beautiful. She says, apricot flowers may be beautiful, but their fruits are sour. What's the point of having a beautiful beginning but a bad ending? I'd rather be like the pine tree. It's evergreen. Never mind that it bears no flowers or fruits. Yeah, I need, give me a nice life without problems. I don't need to be the most beautiful, because I would rather that than be sour. Which to me is it's a metaphor for Huafei.
It absolutely is.
But she is so sour. And so the emperor is like, wow, that's the weirdest thing anyone's ever said to me.
And let me tell you, his ball sack is so swollen right now with cum.
He's red. It's been days.
Like this all this knowledge that she has, like, is just building up the sperm.
Yes. And so then the emperor is basically like, well, we need to meet again. You were playing on this one type of flute before, but actually that song was designed for this other type of flute. So why don't we meet back here in 5 days, and I can show you on the instrument that I have.
5 days.
Like, where do you?
Like, what the
he's
fuck?
the emperor,
What the fuck are you gonna do for 5 days? Like, why can't you just walk over there and get it now?
Well, I'm wondering if he says that, one, because he's the emperor and has to run the whole country, but also because he needs time to practice.
It could be that, and also could be that he does have a country to be in charge of. he can't just be fucking around on the flute with the girls.
When she's leaving, she actually comes back. And she's like, listen, 17th Prince, we should not be meeting like this because, you know, I'm the Emperor's girl. So even though it's not illegal to, like, hang out, the gossip around here, a lot of people would be scared. And
I'll name them.
And so I think it's best that you do not tell anybody that we are meeting.
It was good that she covered her tracks like that. She's like, wait, I can't do this. Am I allowed to be doing this? Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, no, you're fine. Trust me, it's okay. But she's like, no, because bitches are going to talk mad shit. People are going to talk mad shit.
And we can count the number of times a man has told us, don't worry about it, and then it has ended up in fuckery, okay?
Yeah.
Ladies, if a man tells you not to worry about it, it means you should run.
Worry.
Run. And with that, you know what? I think we should take a break. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Hey girl, I am at Alimentari right now and the wait is way too long.
You're kidding me. How long are they saying?
They're saying an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. That is a certainly long amount of time. But no worries. Guess what?
What?
I have learned to live and dine like an Italian from the comfort of my own home.
How did you do that?
With the Alimentari Home Cookbook. I'm able to recreate my Alimentari favorites from cover to cover. The book is filled with recipes from risotto al marinara to lombata d'agnello, not to mention the crowd favorite, crostata al limon.
Oh, I love that one.
Exactly. You can pick up this cookbook if you want from any of the Alimentari locations on Anfu-Lu, on Wuding-Lu, on Donghulu, on Kangding-Lu, or from Bar Centrale on Yangping-Lu.
Lovely. Do they tell you how to make a pizza?
Oh, girl, do they tell you how to make a pizza? They tell you how to make a ravioli, spinaci e ricotta. They tell you how to make pizza. They tell you exactly how to cut the little cheeses to look beautiful on the board.
Lovely. I'll grab a bottle of Aperol and I'm on my way.
See you tonight. We are back, and Jen is mad as hell. She's sitting on her little couch, and she's throwing her pillow, and I don't really know. I was confused about why she was this angry. She kept looking out the window. She was, like, messing with her thing. I'm guessing that this is the day. We've skipped ahead 5 days. I'm guessing this is the day of her date.
Yeah, so she's just like, I guess, a little bit nervous. And she's like, I guess also frustrated that she's like, who the fuck is this man?
Mm-hmm. And as she's waiting and she's anxious, she's like, oh my God, look at that. Do you see that picture? It's wonky.
It was very that.
The paint on this table, it's not fixed. And so
yeah, complaining about the little things, yeah.
And so, as this is happening, unfortunately, her servants and maids are outside coming in and talking about how the people at the residential department were bad-mouthing her and saying mean things about her, all because I guess Huafei's distant relative is the head supervisor of the residential department. Unfortunately, Jen hears all of this because, like you were saying, Little Miss Vermilion is popping off outside about how dare
she
they.
is popping off. And she's also out there like saying, you need to shut the fuck up because she's in there right now and she's going to be able to hear you. So you need to calm down.
Mm-hmm. So it's drama. And Jen is just like, you know what? Whatever about the paint. I'm not mad about it anymore. And she is just thinking like, wow, your life really sucks if you're not liked by the emperor. Cut to the emperor, who is back in his palace, and he's practicing on
the
his
flute. Practicing the flute.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the emperor likes to blow the flute.
Okay.
We stan a bisexual emperor, okay? Fuck that pussy and my ass, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Double dip.
Not the double dip.
Yes. Now the 17th prince is there talking about, oh, emperor, you've been playing a lot of flute lately. And he's basically like, who are you trying to impress? Who's the new girl? But basically inside, the emperor's like, ha ha ha, you got me. Meanwhile, outside, Yu is trying to get inside. And Yu is like, I've come consecutively for a few days asking audience. You have always turned me away using the same excuse. Do you think I'm easy to bluff? And the little eunuch outside is like, I'm just telling the truth.
Don't kill the messenger. Like, I'm just telling you, he doesn't want to see you.
Right. And she's like, well, then you're going to go and ask him right now. I'm going to watch you ask him.
He's like, no, I'm not. I've already told you. I've already told you. He's not seeing anybody right now, especially you.
And so the words of Hua Fei come back into her mind. Use what you do best and go do that.
So she gets on her knees and she starts
she starts singing, I can see your halo, halo, see your halo.
She's not singing Halo. She's singing some bullshit, like Taylor Swift or something.
We were both young when I first saw you. I closed my eyes and the blanket burrito standing there.
Well, that's what she was fucking singing on the doorsteps.
We fade into the next day, and she's once again on her open sedan being carried by eunuchs with a satisfied smirk on her face because it worked.
She got herself into there.
It worked. You know what? In the industry, a lot of people, we like to say that, we wait for our moment and we do everything right and we just slowly build and build and build. And we really begrudge these bitches who pull all the strings, no stops, no holds barred, to just get in the door, because it's wait your turn, or you want to tell them you're not classy. But at the end of the day, she wins. So I can't really fault her for that. She won. She did it. Okay, she did.
I feel we did not see this, but I feel like the emperor was just like, oh my god, shut that bitch up. Just let her in.
Well, they do comment. Jade is saying well, you know what? She was out there all night. Maybe that moved the emperor. And then the other girl is like, no, it had nothing to do with that. It was just the music that he liked.
Yeah.
And they're really beefing with this girl now, because they're saying, you know what? We're all palace maids, and how she can somehow sing her way into becoming a dying. Meanwhile, we have to go and beg for scraps from the residential department.
Where is dying in the rankings?
It's below Changzai. So it's the same as Lingrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty low, but it's also not garden servant.
Yes, exactly. I mean, compared to Jade, she's nothing. Now, I think there's some foreshadowing here.
Yeah.
Because the other maid says, in response to Jade, she says, well, same origins, different fates. But come to say, you is not as pretty as you, Sister Jade. And we see Jade smile. Now remember, we know Jade's true origin.
Oh my god, I didn't even catch that.
We know that Jade is Zhen Huan's sister. So does this mean, are they laying down the seeds for potentially Huan Bi joining the harem? I know, right?
My mouth is agape right now.
I know, right?
Y'all can't see it, but it is.
So this...
Oh my god.
This is why I'm putting a pin in it, because I think this will come back.
I think that she would serve.
I mean, right now she's literally serving. She's literally serving right now.
I think that she would serve.
Well, hopefully she'd do better than An Lingrong. Let's just say that.
That's what I'm saying.
So anyways, we cut to a rainy day. We see that Yu Dying is there, and he's taking a nap inside. And she picks out the eunuch that had denied her the day before. It was like, hey, come over here. And he's like, oh no.
I need some help. I need some help with these walnuts.
And he's like, okay. He reaches over to get the walnut cracker.
And she snatches it away. She's like, no, baby. Hands. You're using your hands.
And he was like, no, but ma'am, I literally, I physically, that is impossible for me to do that. And she comes back, and she is so cunty. She says,
oh, you're not loyal to the emperor? His Majesty wants walnuts. So what if your fingers become rotten? What if?
Yeah, who cares?
He wants walnuts. You're going to give him the walnuts.
Uh-huh. So meanwhile, we literally, and this is graphic to me, like they won't show us a nipple, boy or girl, but they will show his bloody thumbs cracking open these walnuts.
The emperor wakes up.
And he's like, what time is it?
And he's mad as hell.
What time is it?
He's like, I have somewhere to be. He's like, y'all motherfuckers just gonna let me sleep? I told you to wake my ass up. And he's like, well, I was over here helping her with these walnuts that she said you wanted.
And he said, I don't care. Fucking slap yourself.
So he gets on his knees and starts slapping himself.
Because at first when he woke up, I was like, oh, he's going to catch her. He's going to catch her being such a little cunt, and he's going to give her what she deserves. And no, she gets away with it again.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed with her. I'm ready for her to be gone.
Me as well. I thought this was it. I was really hopeful when she was punished. I thought that was the end of her. But lo and behold, she is still here. Oh, you know what? I think this is the date. I think he is late to go meet with Zhen Huan.
That's why he was so mad whenever he woke up.
Oh, see, now it's clicking. Okay, that is why. He's late to go meet with her. And as he's on the way, they're holding the little umbrella over him. The Empress Dowager says, no, you need to come back.
And then that's the
end. Whew.
But I hope that that Zhen Huan is not just like sitting there on the swing waiting.
Well, I don't think she'd be sitting in the rain. I have a feeling she's going to her house, or he is going to her house, because that's why she was mad about the paint. Does that make sense?
Mad about the paint? No. Oh, okay. Okay. She was whenever she was like coming to the house, mad about everything. Like, why is that chipped? Why is that picture wonky? Because he's coming to the house. They're not meeting at the swing. They're meeting at at her house.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
That's what I think. And so, yeah, I think she's just gonna be waiting inside. Nothing worse than a flaky top.
Yeah.
You did all your prep just for him to sleep in. Now, do you have any predictions for the next episode? I mean, it's so hard for me to think because this episode, we literally went, 2 months happened in this one episode. We went from the Lantern Festival to now it's the end of April.
Yeah, spring has sprung. There's outside fluting and swinging. So
We were so excited for their winter fashions, and now it's.
And it wasn't even winter. There was never winter.
Winter happened for 2 episodes. Do you think she's gonna discover he's the emperor in the next episode?
Yeah, and I'm sure it will be some sort of dramatic thing. Like, oh my God, you're the emperor.
Do you think Yu Dying is going to survive the next episode?
I hope not.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I'm done with her storyline. I thought she was going to be somebody that I rooted for as somebody from low beginnings who can use their art and talent to rise in the world, but she's just being really vicious to everyone on her way up, and that's not how we do things.
Yeah, she needs to realize that she's fucking lucky, and she needs to tone down the cuntiness.
Well, it's come time for us to do our language challenge, and today I have presented a challenge for Weston called Hao Du Shu Hao, which means reading is fundamental. So I have provided Weston with a Chinese children's book which he will now read for us. And at the end, I will ask him some comprehension questions to see whether or not he knew what he was reading. All right, so Weston, I now turn it over to you. Story time with Weston.
Okay, y'all remember the only thing that I know how to say is come in my ass.
And that is not in the book.
It's not in
What is the title of the book?
A little cat playing fishing.
Great. And the central question of the book is?
The little lazy cat likes to eat fish. What did he do?
Let's find out. Okay, page 1.
从前有一只小蓝猫，它很喜欢吃鱼，总是它不喜欢和妈妈一起出郊游。
All right.
郊游太累了。哦，累了。That's my brother's dog's name. 要是不用郊游，就能有很多的鱼就好了。小猫对妈妈说：“小猫经常去附近的农场。” I don't know this. I don't know about this one. I literally don't know how to say that. Warner.
Very good. Very good. Keep going.
Okay. 春天.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
is it springtime? 春天的时候，小猫看见农民把花生种进地里。今天的时候，农民种了很多花生。春天的时候，小猫看见农民把玉米种进地里。春天的时候，农民种了很多玉米。At this point, I'm totally disregarding all of these tones. 春天的时候，小猫看见农民把土豆种进地里。What are those, potatoes? 春天的时候，农民种了很多的土豆。小猫想，还是出现我也能收到好多的鱼就好了。我最不用去郊游了。于是小猫耍了迎着郊游，小心的把小鱼种进地里。小猫等一个月、2个月、1个月、2个月、3个月，挑个了。小猫想，春天的时候，我一定会收到很多的鱼。
Very good, very good. Insert clapping sound effect here. Okay, so let me just read you through the appendix. So our keywords there were lan, which means lazy, 钓鱼, which means to fish, 农场, which is farm, 种, which means to plant, 收, which is to harvest, 花生, which is peanut, 玉米, which is sweet corn, 土豆, potato, and 一定, to be sure, like certainly. Okay?
You know what? I don't remember hearing any of those except for 土豆, and that's why I said, oh, do we potatoes?
Exactly. You got that one. Okay. So, what I need you to do is answer the following 5 questions. If you can get 3 of them right, then you will pass the test. Okay?
Yeah.
So, what didn't the little cat like to do?
Work.
Be more detailed.
He didn't like to put in the work. He wanted to eat the fish, but he did not want to catch the fish.
So the action he did not want to do was...
Work.
Okay, I can't give you...
Fish.
I can't... Okay,
Fish.
okay. And what was the word for to fish? What was the vocabulary word I just said to go fish?
钓鱼.
Yeah, 钓鱼.
钓鱼.
Yeah, so 鱼 goes up and 钓 is going down. Great. Okay, you got that one right. Where did the little cat go in the springtime?
He went to the farm.
Okay, and how do you say farm?
농장.
Yep, 农场. And what did he see there?
Potatoes and peanuts and maybe like a grandparent.
No, sorry, I can't
Corn?
give you that one. I can't give you that one.
Okay, what did
saw
he see?
people planting seeds.
Oh, okay, yes, they were the
Yes.
zhong.
Yes. They were people planting things. And so what did the little cat do with the fish?
说.
No, I'm sorry. He did not show fish. Right? Remember, he didn't like he did not like
harvest
to
the
harvest
fish.
He didn't like to go fishing. He did not like 他不喜欢钓鱼. So he 种小鱼在地里. He planted the fish in the ground.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, is that he was trying to plant the fish.
So
Harvest
okay, yeah,
the
that's
fish.
very clearly not the same word. So you got 2 points on the board. 1 question left. You got to get this one right to pass the test. I think you can do it. It's the easy question. What did the little cat expect at the end?
He wanted a harvest of fish. He wanted his fish to grow out of the ground.
Okay, very good. So he expected a large gathering of fish.
He waited March, April, and May.
But congratulations, you've passed the challenge. Very good, very good.
Yay!
For our Chinese
Yay.
listeners, I apologize already. It was chalkboard in your ears, but we're learning. So very good. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the episode. My name is Trenton. You can follow me on all social medias at Officer Trenty. DM me if you want tickets to see any of my upcoming shows. Right now we are developing a new show at Zipper. But right now, because of the current situation, it is still in process. More details to come.
And my name is Weston, and you can follow me on socials at _cowboy_, and DM me if you want tickets to any of my upcoming shows. If there are any.
We will see you next time.
再见.